Running a dental practice can be so stressful. I should know. I am Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, owner of two dental practices that bring me a lot of joy and also a lot of stress. And on Talking Nachos, we strive to do three things: help you increase success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. And our amazing sponsors support our community and bring you amazing opportunities and ways to cry less inside. So we have an amazing sponsor with us today. Would you share with us who you are and what you do to help dentists?
Yeah, sure, Paul. My name is Omar. I am a dental CPA. I run a dental CPA firm out of here in Houston, Texas, but we work with several hundred dentists across the U.S. Our practice really kind of sits on three platforms,
Cool.
on three pegs, if you want to say. We have our contractor program, which is very unique to us. We have about around 350 or some odd 1099 associates in that program. And these are just guys that are, 100% 1099 associates, trying to figure out how to save taxes and work with a CPA firm that will help reduce taxes. Give them some time to actually do a
Sure.
proper tax planning meeting, all that kind of stuff, and do their returns and those things. The second peg is, our single location practice owners, accounting, tax planning, consulting for them to try to get them the most bang for their buck, and pay as least as they can to the IRS
Yeah,
and keep everything streamlined and moving properly. And then we have our multi-location group, which also works so it's consulting and multi-location. So, buying a practice, should I add an associate or not? Should I, I want to exit in 10 years. How do I backtrack, right, and hit those goals?
yeah,
What KPI should I be looking at? And obviously, as you know, the multi-location world is a little different. And
for sure.
so that team is really geared around that. So we kind of have three pegs that we try to. I think we help them just from when they graduate and they usually become an associate as a 1099 to or starting their first location, and then some of them that dare like you hopefully their second and third location,
Yeah,
and eventually
we are special people. I love that. It's the whole
yeah,
circle of dentisting
yeah,
life, as I call it. And that's really
right,
awesome because we do not learn about any of this in dental school, and
yeah,
the rules and guidelines move and change. So I appreciate you outlining that for us. One
yeah,
of the things you did recently, which I really thought was great, was you did a webinar on, do you feel busy but not profitable? And as I
yeah.
was reading it, I was nodding my head because every dentist have felt like this at some point. Some feel like that now. What inspired you to create content about, do you feel busy but not profitable? Is that things your clients have told you? Is that things you see? Tell us more about that.
So the funny thing is, so we when every summer and fall we do our tax planning meetings with our clients, right? So we basically have scheduled times where we'll sit down, go through an hour tax planning meeting. Prior to doing that, we send out this Microsoft form, and one of the questions we ask in there is, "What keeps you up at night?" And when if you look at the pie chart, right, and it was like 85% of them basically were worried about profitability.
Yeah.
They're busy, but they're worried about profitability. And so that doesn't make any sense, right? And so I was like, okay, well, let's dive deeper into it, not only from our side, where to educate on a one-on-one basis to our clients that are actually working with us, but also from a just industry level,
Yeah.
educating the entire industry using a webinar that hey, there's a better way to do this.
I love that. I mean, sometimes in life, could be personally, it could be professionally, it could be fitness, it could be finances. You just need a few tweaks from
Yeah,
someone outside of your box. A few of
yeah,
those, I always like that club soda aha moments, a few aha
yeah,
moments they have there.
yeah,
I love dentists love sharing when they transform the smile of a patient, or I
right,
give a patient the opportunity to eat the food that they ate 20 years ago through dental implants. Now tell us, you have a client that you had helped with their practices really
yeah.
get out of a difficult situation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have a client here in Texas. They have two locations. One was doing okay. The other one was really tanking, and they felt that hey, we're the schedule's full, we're busy, but we just can't get our head around what's going on. At the end of the month, we don't have much cash left over. Like I like to talk dental terminology. We basically said, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to need an X-ray of your practice. That's
Yeah.
for financials, right? And then we're going to basically diagnose the issue. And there's going to be a treatment plan, and there's going to be and there's going to be check-ins to make sure that that treatment plan is being adhered to. And so we already looked into it. There was three key issues that were happening. One was the fact that he had more staff in that location than he needed.
Yeah.
Right, he was staffed up more than the collections would allow him to do. So you know yourself at a certain point you have to do the hygiene yourself if you don't have the revenue to
Yeah, for
to
sure.
adhere to a hygienist that's 2.5 times their comp, right? So
Yeah.
they had too much labor there, not enough collections. And then when we asked them, okay, well, what's your production? Their production was 80, 85K a month. That made no sense. You shouldn't be feeling broke. And then we
Right.
started asking, okay, well, we started looking at the bank statements, and the bank statements were showing 55, 45, 40, right? So there was a major gap there, right? And there was so much attention being put on the first practice that the second practice just had leaks everywhere. So you had cash flow leak from the staffing side, cash flow leak from the collection side, which was you're producing but not collecting, right?
Yeah.
And the staff was unmotivated to collect it because there was no scorecard in place for them to really be like, okay, well, I'm still getting, $22 an hour. Why do I care if, to make
Right.
sure
Exactly.
right.
You have to tie the
Um,
why to your team
right.
too. So
And the third biggest thing was the loan payments. So they had really high loan payments, and we looked at it. The interest rate was super high, and so we were like, okay, well, this could be refinanced, you know, and we brought the payments be brought down significantly lower. And the fourth thing was, even with all this going on, they were paying higher taxes because of the other practice was doing well, and they had something glaring sitting there that they weren't taking advantage of, which is that they owned the building that the practice was in. So I was like, okay, well, the tax laws that Trump passed, so we can go and, take a cost segregation on this, take a huge deduction on the building, and wipe out your taxes probably for 2 years.
got it.
Take that cash, reinvest in that practice to, upgrade your systems, get your marketing up, right, and get rid of people that are not adhering to the scorecard policy, and they should be basically bringing money in the door for you, right?
I love that. I mean, you really should be proud of what you do because we're so in it with what we do with our businesses. You need someone
Right,
out of it, right? To use an
right,
example, to
yeah,
look in and say, hey, these are the things you can do. And then
yeah,
when you have that support from a professional like yourself, and this is like, you see, Dennis, we work so hard. We're handcrafting what we do in people's mouths, and it can be totally demoralizing to feel busy and not profitable.
yeah,
I commend you on creating that. I want to share with our audience that they can text the word busy to 215-543-6454 to connect with you. And also, we can give them a free copy of that webinar. As we wrap up, Omar, let's just walk through, like, let's say I connect with you for a consult. Do we jump on Zoom? How do you get started? Tell us just about how people get into your world so they can start utilizing your services.
yeah. So typically, everyone will come to our website, dentalcpausa.com. They'll book a call there, and from they have a calendar link. They can schedule a call at their convenience, and they'll talk to one of our senior tax advisors. And our senior tax advisors will, kind of walk them through. Hey, here's how we can help you. Here's the plan that best fits you. Here's a treatment plan for the specific scenario that you have, and then we're able to kind of work together to they have a goal, have a plan how we're going to achieve that goal, and then the execution of that and the follow up thereafter.
I love it. I mean, one of the things I ask people or share with people is ask people who you trust and admire, what do they wish they did sooner in life? And if someone asked me that at the age of almost 48, I wish I paid attention to my numbers sooner. As a new practice owner, I was very into training my team in culture. I was very into high level clinical care, but I did not pay attention to PPO adjustments. I did not pay attention to the money we spend, and to use this, you can't out exercise your diet. It catches up with you. So you need to do both. And I really appreciate you supporting our community, sharing with us. People can text busy to 215-543-6454. Thank you so much for sharing with us today, Omar.
For sure. It's my pleasure.